Talk to Andrew Morton, talk to Tom Bauer. All of these people that have written books about her have been like, it's a struggle to get to the truth of who this female was before she meets Prince Harry, because she's reinvented herself so many times throughout the last 44 years.
Let's be honest, if drama were sport, Meghan Markle would already have more gold medals than Team GB.
20 years ago, that woman would not be able to marry a working member of the British royal family. Even though she's an actress, even though she's playing a role, that is just beneath the British royal family.
Every time the royal headlines start to cool off, somehow her name pops back up like the Wi-Fi you thought you'd turned off. And this week, she's apparently furious. Why? Because
I've just been able to reveal today that she was actually in touch with Epstein for years afterwards, staying in his flats.
royal biographer Andrew Lownie, yes, the same man who peeled back the House of York like an overripe onion, has managed to get her tangled in a scandal she swears she had nothing to do with.
You say that Prince Andrew told Harry he was making the biggest mistake ever, and that Harry later tells Prince William in reaction to all of this that he hated Prince Andrew.
But here's the twist. Lownie didn't even go after Meghan. He was writing about Prince Andrew's messy empire, and her name just happened to orbit the chaos, like an unlucky satellite. Still, Meghan's PR machine is reportedly fuming, blasting statements faster than you can say, "Privacy, please."
I've never seen someone so desperate to tell us about herself pull back so much, be so bizarrely private.
You'd think after Netflix deals, tell-all books, and the world's longest royal exit, she'd be used to headlines. But this one hits differently because it doesn't come from her own mouth. It comes from someone the palace actually takes seriously.
You're only putting out all this PR shit to boost your public image.
Hi, sweetheart, what's your name?
Meghan, off.
So, buckle up because we're diving into the storm Meghan didn't start but definitely can't stop. And trust me, the real shock isn't what Andrew Lownie said. It's what Meghan's reaction reveals about how fragile her royal reinvention might truly be. This story isn't about what's proven. It's about proximity, perception, and why certain names keep resurfacing whenever royal power networks are examined.
Yes, no, she's amazingly successful in the way that she's wormed her way in. And as you say, we don't know the full story. I mean, there are clearly lots of rumours, and people have tried to link it to Andrew. I found no evidence to support that.
It all started with one quiet release. Andrew Lowe's latest royal tell-all. No clickbait title. No flashy interviews. Just a historian dropping facts like grenades. Within hours, gossip channels went into overdrive. The reason Meghan Markle's name appeared where nobody expected it. Inside a deep dive into Prince Andrew's world. Now, let's be clear. Lownie isn't a YouTuber fishing for ad revenue. He's the kind of author who builds his cases with documents, archives, and letters most journalists can't even access. His new book, entitled The Rise and Fall of the House of York, was meant to dissect the House of York's implosion after the Epstein scandal. Instead, it accidentally set the internet ablaze. The second Meghan's name surfaced, social media acted like it had found buried treasure. Every blog, every TikTok, every Royal Insider account began asking, why is Meghan's name even in this? Suddenly, the story wasn't about Prince Andrew's fall from grace. It was about Meghan's supposed connection to him.
Prince Andrew also tells Prince Harry, I think that Meghan Markle is too old for you.
But apparently for me, that doesn't matter.
Yes.
I feel like some of those comments really stung Meghan specifically.
Oh my gosh, what is this life? I would have never predicted it.
And here's where it gets fascinating. Lownie didn't accuse her of anything. Not one line. But in today's algorithmic jungle, facts come second to fire. Her name was enough to light the match. What Lownie really wanted to show was how royal power operates. Not through titles, but through proximity. Who you know, who you brunch with, who appears in your guest list. It's a map of influence, not guilt. But once Meghan's name entered that ecosystem, nuance didn't stand a chance. The headlines exploded. Her image took another beating, and the palace walls began to whisper again. And that's when the focus quietly shifted from Andrew's secrets to Meghan's fury. But the real story behind that shift is even more shocking. To understand why Meghan's name suddenly got dragged into the royal mudslide, you have to look at the man who's been buried in it for years. Prince Andrew, the Duke of Disgrace, the royal family's walking PR nightmare after the Epstein scandal. Andrew didn't just lose his titles. He lost his camouflage. And that's exactly what Andrew Lownie wanted to expose.
I do hope the authorities will actually pursue some of these investigations. They will bring charges, and I think if they do so, there's a very good chance that both he and Sarah Ferguson may well go to prison.
Wow, that's a revelation.
Lownie's book isn't about gossip. It's about patterns. The way certain names, events, and connections keep overlapping in the royal orbit like a recurring glitch in the system. He paints a picture of a quiet, powerful network, the House of York's inner circle, where reputation is currency and silence is protection. And in that tangled ecosystem, Meghan's name appears not as an accomplice, but as a coincidence, a name floating near the wrong constellation at the wrong time. Yet, once that proximity became public, social media turned it into a full-blown headline. Hidden ties, secret meetings, buried links, none, all viral. Because the truth doesn't trend, theories do, and Meghan's name next to Andrew's, that's digital dynamite. Lownie was tracing the fall of a prince. The internet turned it into the rage of a duchess. But if you thought the York network was messy, wait until you see how one unverified rumor from Toronto managed to rewrite the entire royal timeline.
Really seems fired up about is this incident where he allegedly punches Prince Andrew at a family gathering because he overhears something Prince Andrew said behind his back. This is unrelated to Meghan Markle, and I think that I've seen that get mixed up a couple of times.
Yes, it has. That's one of the problems. That people have confused the two dates.
Let's talk about the Toronto rumor, the internet's favorite royal fairy tale with a twist of chaos. Apparently, long before Meghan was manifesting royal titles and designer tiaras, she was supposedly crossing paths with Prince Andrew in Canada. Yeah, because nothing screams fairy tale beginning like being linked to the most cancelled royal in Brick. Here's how the story goes. Back in 2013, Meghan was filming Suits in Toronto, posing for lifestyle blogs, and giving motivational quotes about finding your truth. Meanwhile, Prince Andrew was doing his usual pretending to work while trying to hide from headlines. Then, someone somewhere decided they must have met. No proof, no photo, not even a blurry shot of a car leaving the same street. Just pure internet imagination at its finest. But of course, that didn't stop Meghan's biggest critics or her biggest fans from turning it into a saga. Suddenly, TikTok detectives were connecting dots like they worked for MI6. One dinner party here, one event there. Boom. Secret meeting unlocked. And Meghan, she stayed silent as usual.
I've really tried to distance myself from all of it.
Wow.
And that has challenges too. It does. You know, I'm oblivious to a lot of things.
Woof.
But that allows me to live my life really authentically, make choices authentically.
What?
Meghan, off.
She could turn ignoring scandals into an Olympic sport. But her silence only made the internet louder, because every time she refused to comment, people assumed she was hiding something. And the funniest part, even when there were no receipts, the theories somehow got even juicier. That was Meghan's real magic trick. She didn't have to do a thing. Drama just found her, like a magnet for royal chaos. And if you think the Toronto chapter was wild, wait until you hear about her New York era, where her name started popping up at all the wrong parties. After Toronto, she traded maple lattes for Manhattan martinis, and suddenly she was everywhere. Fashion week events, rooftop dinners, charity galas. If a camera flash went off, you could bet she had already perfected that caught off guard but actually posing face. It was like watching someone audition for royalty before the casting call even opened. People in those circles used to joke that she didn't network. She strategized. One minute she's chatting with a designer's assistant. The next she's brushing shoulders with actual royal cousins. A princess here, a Soho house brunch there. Always one selfie away from the headline she really wanted. Say what you will, but she understood angles, both camera and career. And let's be honest, New York ate it up.